feeling the rise and fall of your chest and your abdomen as your hands are resting gently. And just settling into the space. Bring your awareness to your head. Do you need to move it a little bit to make it comfortable? Bring your awareness to your shoulders. Do you need to make them comfortable? We've begun with laying on our backs.
Sorry I'm late.
It's okay. With your knees, feet on the floor, knees up, and just knocking your knees together. One hand on our chest and one on our abdomen, with the eyes closed, and just bringing awareness to the breath. Now bring your awareness to your lower back. Do you need to wriggle your bottom a little bit? Just be comfortable. If this is really uncomfortable on your back, then please move to your side. Please don't be uncomfortable. Breathing in and out through the nose. Observing each breath as it's cooler as you breathe in and warmer as you breathe out. We're going to lengthen the breath. So just inhaling for a little bit longer. We're not going to count at the moment. Inhale for a little bit longer and exhale for a little bit longer. And on each inhale and exhalation, just relaxing into the mat. Deepening each breath, each inhale, each exhale. And now we're going to do that but with a count. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out for either a count of 4 or 6, whatever you feel is comfortable. So I'm going to guide the first few rounds with a count of 6 in and 6 out. However, if that is really uncomfortable for you and you feel it's too much of an inhale and exhale, please do a count of 4. So breathing out, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Continue with that breath for a few more rounds. We're going to extend this breath a little bit more this morning, but if that's comfortable for you, please just continue with that breath. However, I'm going to guide you now through taking 6 breaths in, holding for 3 counts, and then breathing out and holding for 3 counts. Continuing with that breath for a moment, and then I'll guide you with this breath where we hold at the top and hold at the bottom. So breathing out Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold, 2, 3, in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out. Continue with this breath. Your rate. And leave that breath go. Come back to your normal breath, a breath that doesn't require you to think about counting. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Scanning through once again, starting at your head, your shoulders, your back, your buttocks, and your feet that are on the floor. Staying where you are, bringing your hands in a prayer position at your heart. Rub your hands together to create some heat there. And then place your hands over your eyes and just feel that warmth for a moment. Before you gently open your eyes behind your hands and placing the hands down beside you. So we're going to begin by laying on our backs, raising our right leg up for a count of 6 and then lowering it for a count of 6. So I'll guide you for the first few rounds and then I'll let you continue. So raising your leg up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rest that leg on the floor. And we're going to do the same with the opposite leg. Raising it up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down, 3, 4, 5, 6. Resting that leg down on the floor, bringing the knees up, keeping the feet on the floor and just bringing the knees up, knocking your knees together and just windscreen wiping your knees back and forth. So you move them from side to side just to get a little bit of movement into that spine. Lovely. And bringing the knees back to the centre. So you can either keep your knees here or if you'd like to put them flat, but we're going to do the same movements with our arms this time. So raising the right arm up for a count of 6. So starting with the right hand, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, and down, and and putting that arm down. We'll go to the other side. Raising the left arm up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up and down and up and down, and resting that arm down beside you. Scanning once again through your body. How does it feel? So we're going to go to our head this time. So we're going to raise our head up for a count of 6 this time, and then lower it for a count of 6. Taking time and being mindful of each movement that we make. So we're going to bring the head up to begin with. So starting with the head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up and down, up and down, up and down, and rest the head here. So bringing the knees up to the chest this time, so the feet are off the floor this time, holding onto the knees and just making a gentle circle movement with your knees, just to wake up the spine, a little bit of movement into the spine. And then going in the opposite direction. And then bringing the knees back to the centre. And we're going to flop over onto our left hand side. And then we're going to come up to a seated position. So we can sit in Sukhasana in this comfortable cross-legged position. But if this is really uncomfortable for you, then please put your legs out, or whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to place our hands on our knees, and we're just going to circle into our hips, just gently going round. So these can be small circles or big circles. Whatever feels nice for you this morning. Please remember, this is your practice. I'm here to guide. If it's uncomfortable, it doesn't feel right on your body, please don't do it. And if something does feel nice on your body, then do it. You know, this is, whatever you do is going to be right. There's 84,000 postures. Go in the opposite direction. Keep moving gently and mindfully. And coming back to the middle, placing the hands on our knees. We're going to breathe in and look up. Breathe out, curl our spine and look down at the floor. Breathing in, looking up. Breathing out, looking down, curling the spine, looking at the floor. Breathing in and out. We'll do one more. Breathing in and out. And coming back to the centre. We're going to take the right hand up. So I want you to straighten your spine to begin with. Roll your shoulders back and take the right hand up in the air. And then drop that hand down over the top of your head. And you can stay here if that's comfortable. If you want a little bit more of a stretch here in this part of the arm, you can take the other hand and hold the elbow and just pull it over a little bit. And then when you're comfortable, take the hand that's holding that elbow and place it down on the floor. So stay here if that's comfortable, or if you'd like to just bend over to the side and just give a lengthening stretch into my right side, unless you've done the opposite side. And then we'll take some breaths here, breathing in and out through the nose and feeling that stretch. Coming back up to the middle, taking the arm up, swing it round, really open that up, stretch it round and take it down. Give your arms a little shake. And then we'll do the other side. So taking the opposite hand, mine's the left hand, stretching up. Then placing that hand over the head, holding on to the ear if that's comfortable for you. Stay there if that's enough for you. If you'd like a deeper stretch, take the opposite hand, hold on to the elbow and just pull it over a little bit. And then if you'd like to put the right hand down on the floor and just stretch through the other side, the left side in my case. Taking some breaths, just enjoying this morning stretch. And coming back up, stretching round, move your arm right round. Interlock the fingers and stretch up.
There you go.
And open up. And we'll do that again. Interlock the fingers, stretch up. And open up. And once more, interlock. And open up. And then we're going to place the feet out in front of us. And we're going to start by wriggling our toes. So just wriggle the toes, get some movement into the legs, the feet. And then circling the toes. And then go in the opposite direction. You can raise your knees up here if you want to get some movement into the whole leg. And then coming back to the centre, give them a bit of a shake. And then holding on with both hands to the right knee, we're just going to flex that foot. Don't forget about the straight leg and the toes pointing up to the ceiling. And then circle the foot. And the other way. And then holding underneath the knee and making big circles into the knee. So if you've got knee problems, be really gentle and careful here. It shouldn't hurt. Might click a little bit, but there's no pain involved. And going the other way. And coming back to the centre. Holding on with the right hand and the right foot. You can straighten the leg here or keep it bent, whatever's comfortable. We're just going to swing the leg. And then hold it out, wherever's comfortable, and take some breaths. Bending the knee and placing it back down. We're going to hold on to the other side, holding the knee to begin with and flexing the foot. Not forgetting about the straight leg with the toes pointing up to the ceiling. And then circling the foot. And the other way. And then holding underneath the knee and making bigger circles with the foot. And the other way. And then holding the left hand with the left foot. And then we're going to swing that leg. So it can be bent, or it can be straight, whatever's comfortable for you this morning. And then hold it out, and we'll take some breaths there. bending the knee and placing it down. Give the legs a nice shake. And then we're going to cross our legs here. We're going to place our hands out in front of us and we're just going to move through each finger gently, mindfully. And then the wrists. And go in the opposite direction. And then placing the hands on the shoulders, rotating the shoulders around. And the other way. Placing the hands down on the knees. We're just going to rotate our neck either from side to side if that's comfortable for you, if you have any neck problems, or you can go all the way around in a circle, a really mindful, slow circle, no rushing. Breathe in with each circular movement. Coming back to the centre before we go in the opposite direction. And coming back to the centre. We're going to go up onto all fours. So you can either come from this seated position and come up, or you can just get up whatever way is comfortable for you. We're going to put our toes together. Place your toes together behind you. Sit back on your heels. Put your hands out in front of you. And we're going to put our head on the floor. In this child's pose. In this resting pose. Take some breaths here. Feel the breath as your back moves with the breath this time. Bring awareness to the muscles that are moving in your back. Bring yourself up a little bit, looking forward. We're going to move our hands over to the right hand side. So stay where you are, move your hands to the right hand side and try and bring yourself down as low as you can, but just look forward before you drop your head. Looking forward to begin with and moving your hands this time over to the opposite side. Bring your hands over, looking forward to begin with before you drop your head. Taking some breaths. Look forward, come back to the centre. And then we're going to come on to all fours. Okay, so we're going to put our hands in front of us with our fingers nice and spread, feeling really supported with our hands. And then our knees, there's a little gap between my knees. And you just feel like each four parts that are touching the floor are really supporting you. And we're just going to move our bottoms from side to side, opening up our spine. You can dip down if you want and put your bottom up in the air and just move it back and forth. And then coming back to the centre, we're going to do our Viagra Pranayama, our cat-cow. So we're going to breathe in and look up. Breathe out, curl our spine, look between our knees. Breathing in, looking up. Breathing out, curling, arching the back. Looking between our knees. Let's do one more. Breathing in. And breathing out. Putting the knees together and the ankles and sitting back in Vajrasana on our heels and our hands on our legs. Don't be on your knees if this is uncomfortable for you. Please just go in a cross-legged position or with your legs out in front of you. Rotate your shoulders back here, put your hands down and try and straighten your back. Look forward and close your eyes. And we're just going to take some breaths here. Gently opening the eyes. We're going to do a little movement, so we're going to go back onto all fours. So if this movement doesn't feel right for you, you can carry on with that cat-cow, that Viagra pranayama that we've just done. But if you'd like to join me, we're going to start all the way back. We're going to breathe in and we're going to bring ourselves forward, so we're laying on our front and looking up. Then we're going to breathe out and go back. Breathing in, we come forward, we go on our front and we look up. Breathing out, going back. So continue this with your breath. But as you come forward, you breathe in, nice big deep breath. And as you go back, you breathe out. Work with your body, with this kriya, with this movement and the breath together. If you lose your breath, don't worry, just breathe. Just stop, take some breaths if you lose the breath and come back to it. And coming back onto all fours, putting the knees together again and the ankles and coming back up into Vajrasana. Lovely. Is everybody okay? Give me a thumbs up. Fab, brilliant. Okay, so we're going to go up into Merusasana, which if you haven't been to my class before is the same as downward dog. I just come from a lineage that calls it something different. So we're going to place our hands in front of us, tuck our toes, and we're going to push up into Merusasana, into this mountain pose. And just have a little bit of movement here, moving the legs back and forth. Maybe going up onto tiptoes if that feels nice. You can bend the knees here. Just do what feels really nice. You can move your bottom from side to side. Just be comfortable. And then come to your comfortable still pose. We're going to pause in this pose just for a minute. So close your eyes here, breathing in and out. Pull your tummies in a little bit. Take some nice deep breaths. Gently opening the eyes. We're going to walk our feet to our hands. So we are at the front of our mat and we're just going to hang there for a moment. We're just going to hang with our hands down, heads dropped, just let gravity take over and relax. Put a little bend in your knees so that you're not locking the knees. Just take some time here. Put a bend in your knees, put a definite bend in your knees now, so that we can gently curl up through our spine, really slowly and mindfully with each movement. Lovely, give yourself a little shake. Let's just let everything loosen up a little bit. We're just going to move around in circles the top half, just to wake everything up. Not too much, just a little bit of movement. Okay, and then come in at the front of your mat. So I'm going to do some sun salutations. I'm going to keep them really simple. If you've done a different variation that you really like, please, put those bits in if you like that. Okay, so standing at the front of our mat, let's just scan through our body to begin with and just see how we're feeling and make sure we're in a nice stable position to do these. So your feet are a little bit apart, your toes aren't clenching, bring them up a little bit before you put them down. Bring your tummy in, pull your tummy muscles in, tuck your bottom in a little bit, roll your shoulders back and put your arms down by the side of you and just look forward. Feel grounded and feel supported. Okay. Deep breath in, arms go up in the air. Breathe out, bend forward and place the hands on the mat. You can do this with a bent leg or a straight leg, whatever's comfortable for you. Breathing in, go up onto fingertips and look forward. Breathing out, hands flat on the floor. Take the right leg back, the left leg, and drop the knees and tuck the toes. Then bring your chest and your chin down to the mat. Push through and just push up into Bhujangasana. So you don't have to be high here, it doesn't have to be massive, just a little bit is fine. Take some breaths here. Push back up onto the knees, untuck the toes, and back up into Marasana, up into mountain pose, taking some breaths. Looking forward, bring the right leg forward and the left leg up on the fingertips, looking forward. Before you bend forward, look down. Take a deep breath in and come up. Open up as if you're opening up like a sun and arms down by your side. So we're going to do that twice more. We'll do it nice and slowly. Deep breath in, arms up in the air. Bending forward. Hands flat on the floor with a bend in the knee or a straight leg, whatever's comfortable. Up onto fingertips, looking forward. Hands flat. Right leg back, left leg back. Drop the knees and tuck the toes. Drop the chest and the chin and push through and just push up a little bit on your tummies. Take some breaths here. Push back up onto all fours and tuck the toes and push up into Marasana, into mountain pose. Take some breaths. Looking forward, take the right foot forward, the left foot forward, up onto fingertips, looking forward, and bend down to forward fold, and then open up, arms out, up to the sky, and arms down by your side. I'm going to do that once more. Deep breath in, arms up, bending forward, hands flat to the floor. Up onto fingertips, looking forward. Hands back down flat. Right leg back, left leg back. Drop to the knees and tuck the toes. Down onto your chest and your chin, pushing forward, gently pushing up. Take some breaths here. Back onto all fours, tuck the toes under and push up into Marasana, into mountain pose. Take some breaths. Looking forward, bring the right leg forward, the left leg forward, up onto fingertips, looking forward. Bend forward into a forward fold. And open up like the sun, deep breath in. And arms down beside you. Lovely. Is everybody okay? Thumbs up, brilliant. Have a drink here if you want. Take a step back. Okay, coming back to the front of our mat. We're just going to go back into our standing pose. So a little gap between our feet, rolling the shoulders back, opening up the chest, straightening the spine, pulling the tummy in, tucking the bottom in, So we're going to take the next pose in parts. So you can join me to go through it, or you can stop at any point that's comfortable for you. So we're going to take the left leg and we're going to bring the knee up. So when your knee's there, feel as, rather than pointing your toes, put your foot flat. And that can be enough for you this morning. If it is, stay there and have a balance there. If you'd like to join me in taking the leg back, you can. Feel as if you're pushing on a wall. Naturally now your front has come forward. Your legs behind you. You can hold on to your legs if that's comfortable. Stay there if that's all you feel you're ready for today. If you'd like to join me in taking your arms out in front of you, please do. And breathe here. Take some nice long breaths. Focus on a point. Taking the arms down and then bringing the leg up. And give everything a bit of a nice shake. Okay, so we're going to try that on the other side this time. Okay, so getting our standing balance comfortable to begin with. Little gap between the feet, not grasping the mat. Bring the toes up and then put them down. Rolling the shoulders back. Tucking the tummy in a little bit, bringing that core in and tucking the bottom as well. So bringing the right leg up first, doesn't matter if you're on the opposite side. And stay in there if that's what's comfortable for you today. Feel as if you are pushing down with the foot. Then if you'd like to join me in taking that foot behind and you hinge forward a little bit. So this side may feel different to the other side. And then if you'd like to join me in taking arms out, then please do, but stay where it's comfortable for you. This is your practice. Take some breaths here. Taking the arms down, put the foot down and giving yourself a shake. Beautiful. Well done, everybody. Okay, so we're going to do some lunges now, which we're going to go through that again and then go back into a lunge, okay? So standing upright again, rolling the shoulders back. Little gap between the feet, not grasping the mat. Putting all the weight through our left foot, taking the right leg up. This time we're going to step it back. So step back. So the front leg is bent, preferably in a 90-degree angle over the ankle. But if that is hurting you, please put it where it's comfortable for your knee. The back leg, if it can face forward, if both your feet can face forward, brilliant. If it's got to be moved out to be comfortable, that's fine. But feel secure here. Take both arms up in the air. Take a nice deep breath here. And lunge down, so we're going to go down. Breathing into the pose. So you should be able to feel a stretch on the front thigh and the back calf. If it's uncomfortable, you can come up into a higher lunge, or you can widen your foot and be in a lower lunge. So make it comfortable. We're going to take some breaths here. Putting the arms down and bringing the back leg in one step forward. We're going to do the same with the other side. So putting all the weight through the right leg, bringing the left leg up. Feel as if you're standing on the floor, that you're not pointing the toe, it's nice and flat. And when you're ready, step back. Okay, so the front leg is bent, the knee over the ankle, the back leg, the foot is facing forward if you can, but if that's not possible for you, then turn it out, that's fine. and we're comfortable here. Okay, taking a deep breath in, take the arms up in the air and just lunge forward a little bit, and we'll take some breaths. Breathing in and out, feeling the pause in the pause, feeling the breath, and feeling comfortable. Feeling the stretch possibly in the front thigh and the back calf. Okay, stepping forward with the back leg in one go. Beautiful. Give yourself a little shake out. Fabulous. How are we all doing? Yeah, fab. Brilliant. Okay. So, having a little gap between your feet, we're going to go back down to the floor. So we're going to bend forward, put a bend in the knees, hands flat on the floor, and go back into Merivasana, into our mountain pose. Or downward facing dog, whatever you're familiar with. Taking some breaths here. Breathing in and out through the nose, pulling the tummy up. And then dropping to the knees and untucking the toes. And we're going to go down onto our front. So come in to lay on our front. Placing our hands over the top of each other in front of us and putting our forehead on our hands. And then we're going to move our bottom from side to side. Just opening up the lower back. Moving back and forth. Keeping the head down on the forehead, we're going to lift our right leg up to a count of 6 and then lower it to a count of 6. So nice and slowly and mindful movements. So if you can, keep the head down. If you'd like to bring it up to look, that's fine. Okay, so starting with the right leg, taking it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up and down and up and down. Resting the head again, moving your bottom from side to side. Come into stillness, and we're going to do the same with the left side. Raising it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up, down, up and down. Placing the legs down, putting the head on the hands and just moving your bottom from side to side. And then come into stillness for a moment. Scanning through your body, how do you feel? And then bringing your awareness this time to your head. So your head is on your hands, your forehead's on your hands. We're going to lift that up for a count of 6 and lower your head for a count of 6. So starting with the head, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up and down, up and down. One more, up and down. And stay here for a moment. See how your body feels. Okay, looking forward, place your hands either side of your shoulders and underneath your shoulders. Excuse me. Pushing up onto all fours and then swinging your legs round in front of you. So you're sitting on your bottoms. We're just going to do a little boat pose here before we go down onto our backs. So holding on underneath your knees. Bring your feet up off the floor and leave your legs up in the air. Feel as if you're pushing away. Take some breaths here. Stay there if that's comfortable. If you'd like to take your hands out in front of you, please do. Breathe in, take some breaths, don't leave the breath go. Taking the hands back down, placing the feet down, and we're going to lay on our backs. So I'm going to stay sitting up for this so you can hear me. So laying on our backs. We're going to bend the knees. We're not doing Shavasana just yet. We're going to bend the knees up to the chest, holding on to the knees and rotating the knees. Round in circles. Little massage on the lower spine. Going in the opposite direction. And then coming back to the centre. We're going to drop the knees down to the left hand side, taking the arms out in a cross position. If you haven't got room, then you can bend the elbows and go in more of a bent position. And then we're going to look over at the opposite hand to the way the legs are going. Closing the eyes here and breathing in and out through the nose. Feeling a lovely stretch. Gently opening the eyes, bringing the knees back up to the centre, circling the knees again, and then circling the opposite direction, bringing the knees to the centre and dropping them to the opposite side. Putting the hands out beside you and looking over at the opposite hand. Taking some breaths here with the eyes closed. Feeling the stretch down the side. Bringing the knees back to the centre, circling them once more. Go in the opposite direction. And coming back to the centre and putting the legs upright into the sky. So you can hold on here behind the thighs or the knees if that's comfortable, or you can put the hands on the floor, whatever's really comfortable for you. If you find this really uncomfortable, you can get a chair and you can put your legs on a chair. So do whatever's comfortable for you, or up against the wall or the bed, wherever you are. If you've got something you want to rest them on, please do. Absolutely fine. We're just going to close our eyes and take some breaths here. This is a lovely pose, just to settle the nervous system. If you suffer with swollen ankles, if you do this 5 minutes every night when you go to bed, it's really nice. I do. I love it. I have my legs up. Bending the knees down. Bringing the knees into the chest. And then putting the feet onto the floor. And we're going to make our way into Shavasana, into our rest pose. So if you need to put socks on or a blanket or jumper, whatever makes you comfortable. We're going to be here for 10-15 minutes, so make sure you're warm. If you find laying on your back uncomfortable, please go onto your side, or if you need something underneath your knees, a pillow, just be really comfortable. This is a comfortable pose where it's important to relax. Okay, so lying in your comfortable place, just invite you to be still for a moment and scan through the body. How does everything feel? Starting with your feet, how do they feel? Your calves, your thighs, buttocks, arms, hands. Just be still. And now if you've got anything you need to move, anything that something doesn't feel comfortable, maybe your shoulders need to be moved, your head, your feet, just move them. Let everything just settle and be comfortable for this Shavasana for the next few moments. And we're going to come back to the breath that we began with. Bringing our awareness as you breathe in and out through the nose. Not counting any breaths, just breathing in and out through the nose. Just start deepening the breath. No counting, just deepening each breath and each exhale, lengthening it. So I'm going to guide you for the first little part of this Shavasana and then leave you for a little bit quietly before I gently wake you up. So I'm going to mention each part of your body. Just bring your awareness to that part. There's no need for you to move anything. Just bring your awareness to each part. Right toes, left toes. Right foot, left foot. Right calf, left calf. Right knee, left knee. Right thigh, left thigh. Right hip, left hip. Right hand, left hand. Right arm, left arm. Right shoulder, left shoulder. Chin, bottom lip, top lip, roof of mouth, tip of nose. Right cheek, left cheek. Right eye, left eye. Forehead, crown of head. The whole of the right side. The whole of the left side, the whole body relaxing into the mat. Gently bringing your awareness back into the space. Deepening the breath. Starting to wriggle the toes and the fingers. Moving the head from side to side. Gently, slowly, mindfully. Having a whole body stretch if that feels nice for you. And then bringing the knees up to the chest. And just moving back and forth a little bit. Just rocking from side to side, just gently waking up. And then when you're ready, just roll over onto your left hand side. Just stay here for a little while, taking some breaths and relaxing. When you're feeling ready, with your eyes closed, come up to a comfortable seated position with your hands at your heart. Rubbing the hands together to create some heat. Give your forehead a massage, cheeks round your eyes gently. Working your way back to the neck, shoulders, down the arms, hands. Rubbing the hands together once more to create some heat. Place the hands over the eyes. Just hold them there for a moment. Open the eyes behind the hands. Gently bring your hands down to a prayer position. Interlock the fingers and we'll just do 3 stretches up just to finish. Stretching up and opening up. Once more, stretching up. And once more, stretching up and opening up. Namaste, thank you very much.
Namaste, thank you.
Thank you. Has anyone